Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. Like always, every week we do a weekly update and a weekend update, and today is your weekly update. We have a lot of amazing topics to talk about, a lot of good things that are going on. We're going to get into everything from a lot of what's going on in Merlin with the staking that's coming. We're so excited for what's happening over there. Obviously, we're going to hop into runestones. We think that's going to be in 24 hours. And that is exciting. I think that's really good what people are waiting for. I think there's a lot of Bitcoin on the sideline just kind of waiting for Bitcoin price to go up and the runestones. I think that's going to be huge going forward. And, you know, we're going to bring you guys the news just like we do. We started getting into other things, but we know that you guys watch the show for the news and the updates and all that stuff. So we're going to really dig into all that stuff today. So without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up? What is up?
Crazy week. We got a lot of stuff happening. You know what I mean? From mineral to Bit Smiley to runestones. It's been pretty wild.
Yeah, it's definitely been wild. You know, it's weird though, because it's like there's you know, Bitcoin obviously hit like that new top again. I think like 53, almost a little over 53,000. And you know, we noticed that like the ordinals and fungible token sector of Bitcoin's really kind of had liquidity kind of drawn out of it, and maybe it's because people are, you know, wanting to make sure that they are on this magic carpet ride with Bitcoin, you know, continually up. And you know, we've been really busy ourselves, you know, working with you know, different projects with, you know, French Montana's team with the PFP collection, and also this music ordinal that just dropped, which by the way, you know, hasn't been like necessarily the best success with it, but at the same time, you know, it's been a great experience. I'll tell you that at the end of the day, guys, you know, the experience of being able to be a part of like history to me is worth it. You know, it's worth it. You know, it didn't possibly hit the goals that we aim for, but at the same time, it's still out there, and we'll see how it goes. And you know, we're excited about being a part of history, so that's a part of that. But everything else is like, you know, really, you know, rocking and rolling. I feel like, you know, the space is just kind of getting set. You know, like whether you're a side chain or you're building on Bitcoin's native layer, people are kind of getting set and getting prepared, right? And it's like getting prepared for like a tornado or like a bad weather or something. You know, you get all your stuff ready, and you put stuff around your house to make sure the wind doesn't damage it and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what these builders are doing. They're getting their stuff ready for once like things get crazy, and we're just not there yet. And I don't know when that happens. I don't know if that's the halving or what, but I can see people just really getting prepared for an amazing orange tsunami.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, you know, once we really start to take off, I mean, we're not even in the bull run yet, and you can kind of feel that on things that are not really connected with Bitcoin. And once we really get going, I think there's no stopping it. You know, we haven't even seen like a meme season yet, right? We haven't really even seen like anything like out of the ordinary that really shows that we're in a bull market besides Bitcoin going up, right? I mean, you see Ethereum kind of gliding with Bitcoin. Everything's kind of going up with Bitcoin, but you haven't really seen the explosiveness yet of Bitcoin or anything in this ecosystem. And I think that's kind of where we're waiting for, and that's when I think you're ready. I think you're right. I think people are just getting ready for that moment. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Bitcoin, let's go ahead and pick up show the Bitcoin chart here. As we always pretty much do, show the king. Oh, is my screen okay there? Okay, perfect. So this is the hourly chart. You can see, you know, we really haven't hung out in the overbought territory for very long at all. So you can see like that's why we haven't really, you know, thrusted really above that 72, 73 for very long, it always comes back and retraces. But now we've been in oversold for a bit, right? So the longer we hang out here, I think the more bullish the thrust up will be. And it shows right here on the MACD that, the sell pressure, there's a lot of dark reds here, right? I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of probably, looking at maybe 12 total would be like 15, 17 bars are only, the light white, right? So I think that, and then that one just turned red again. So, the longer that this stays like in, sell pressure and stuff, and we're still between 71 and 72, 73, the more that I'm bullish that we're going to break out, get to 75 and 80 next. But, obviously this is just going off of basic indicators on Bitcoin's 1 hour chart. But how do you feel?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think this is a very healthy correction, and saying correction when we're at 71,000 sounds silly, right? But I don't. When I say it, I don't mean by price correction. I meant like momentum correction, because I feel like momentum is down a little bit, because we hit 73, kind of bouncing back to about 70. It seems like, but then I think once we get past that 75 mark, we realize the all time high is in the former all-time highs in the dust. And I think we could really start ramping up. This really reminds me of what was happening with the S&P 500. It almost seemed the same when the S&P 500 kind of hit that that last all-time high that was set in 2021. It just couldn't get past it. It would go up a few hundred and fall back down. And this seems to be doing the same thing, but with the thousands. So
yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, for how much sell pressure I'm showing on the hourly chart and how long we've been kind of, not even really getting into that overbought territory. I just feel like we're due probably, which is crazy I'm saying this, but we're probably due for another level up. I would say maybe towards the end of this month, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we hang out down here for, a couple of days. We'll see.
Yeah. And we're about 30 days away from having, right? So we're really damn close. We're 30 days away from runes. We're 30 days away from really, really insane time. And I think we're ready. We're so ready for that. And I just think once we get past that halving mark, I feel like then it's like, okay, now it's time to really see what's happening. It might be a little bit of a pullback, but it might be kind of what we saw with the ETF pullback, where it didn't last long, and then we just head north.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, man. It's definitely ready. And we've never seen anything like this cycle in terms of the the buy pressure coming in. So
Yep.
I'm excited about that, man. But all right, I want to kind of cover this, kind of get it out of the way a little bit, because it was, such a big deal, and I want to make sure we cover it. So history made with the largest audio video file inscribed on Bitcoin, third largest file overall, was in fact the bag. What was it?
Bag Curious.
Bag Curious. Sorry, I was going to say Bag Curious song that French Montana did inscribe. They actually acquired an entire block to do this. This is history, guys. It's history. The quality is amazing. If you listen back to it, and that's the cool part, you can listen to the whole 2-minute song. This was a hidden song that wasn't released on the Mac and Cheese album. It was supposed to be pushed to the next album, but they went ahead and inscribed it. They are for mint on BRC 420, but we'll see how that ends up playing out, right? Because it is underperforming a little bit with the mint. I'll say that. I'll be first to admit that. But guys, again, it's the history part is really what I feel like is the most important, right? It's the first ever mainstream artist to do so. So hopefully this starts a trend.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We think a lot of artists are probably going to come and do this too. I think this is it's monumental. It's big. It definitely got washed out because the mint wasn't as strong, but we can't forget about what the original thing was, and the original put into Bitcoin, which was huge. And yeah, so but
exactly. Exactly. And other use cases down the line will come into play, I believe. Once kind of adding stuff to the blockchain will be more efficient and stuff like that. But yeah, so that is awesome. Congratulations to witness it. I would say it's definitely one of those milestone moments. And And so we'll kind of keep tracking that and see, how it does there.
Um,
You actually had the ability, or got
yeah.
the privilege to start testing something with the minerals platform. Could you talk about
Yes.
that?
So about a month ago, they put out a things with testing, and you had to fill out this little application. Me and you both filled it out. I got chosen as one of the lucky participants, and it was amazing. And I'm thankful for the opportunity. So I can actually explain to you guys how it went. It was pretty easy. I do have the site and everything, but I cannot show it right now because they asked me not to. But it's going live probably within the next week or two. I was able to test it on mainnet, not testnet. So they sent me 100 MNER tokens, and they said, "Hey, just stake these." And I was like, "Awesome! Yeah, I love it. I love DeFi. I love staking stuff." So I immediately jumped on, and the options were 30 days, 180 days, and 360 days. So I immediately staked 25 for 30, 25 for 180, and 25 for 360. And then I had 25 left, and I asked them if they want me to use them all. They said yes. So I put another batch of 30. I'm sorry, but 25 for 30 days. So then I was messing with that. And then I asked them if there's anything else we can do. They said, no, we're good. And then they had a launch pad thing on there. That was really cool. I checked that out. It looked really awesome. And then the next day they said, check your rewards. I checked my rewards. I was able to claim, no problem. It was awesome. It was an amazing experience. The mineral team has been absolutely amazing. And it's going to be really cool because you're going to stake your mineral to receive the MNER BRC20 that is on Merlin. And then you're going to stake your MNER tokens for Bitcoin, right? So it's going to be like a Bitcoin faucet. And the Bitcoin, you're asking, where does the Bitcoin come from? Bitcoin comes from their mining operation. So their mining operation was bought with the funds of the mineral. So it's basically a full recycling. So it's going from staking the mineral, earning the MNER, taking that MNER, locking that up so you receive the Bitcoin that is in the that they're earning from the mining machines. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think it's something different that we've never really seen before on Bitcoin anyway. And I think it has a lot of potential, and I'm so bullish on it. And I'm a huge holder of the minerals. I got them super cheap, and they're worth a lot now. But every single one is locked up. And I'm going to continuously to lock up my entire batch and earn the MNER tokens. I'm very bullish on that token because if you remember correctly, when Jeff originally showed us that paper, he had them under lending and borrowing.
Yeah.
So I think this is just the beginning. I think this is just the beginning for these guys. And obviously their back end developers are amazing. Their front end developers, the UI looks amazing. So I'm just bullish on what they do next.
Yeah. No, you explaining how the UI was and everything definitely got me excited. And yeah, I kind of do expect them to have a lending type platform also, which is another business model behind this. I think it's going to help with, being able to facilitate, just being able to pay out to these mineral stakers and
Yep.
MNER stakers as well. So it's exciting times to see like all these strong dApps that are going to be launching on Merlin soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well,
All right.
speaking of strong dApps, should we get into one underneath that?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Verothium Dex demo looked amazing. We again lucky enough to be able to take a look at this. We had a meeting with Sam this morning and the dev, and they walked us through the Verothium Dex, and it's going to be obviously a Merlin swap kind of competitor. This is the V2, right?
Yes. Yep. It's a Uniswap V2 fork.
So obviously Merlin Swap is a V3 fork, and this is a V2 fork, which allows you to do a lot more than the V3 because the V3 is it's
Well, yeah, it's just more contract types with the tokens, right? So like if you want
yeah.
to do something that like it was tax or rebase type contract tokens, then you can do that on V2 versus V3 doesn't allow you to do that, I believe. So that's the whole
Yeah.
reasoning behind it.
Yeah, because the V3 doesn't let you do rebase or anything like that. So this actually will give projects who want to build over here who can't use the V3 they have another opportunity. And it's always good. You never know. Like, it's always good competition. You don't want one competitor to really jack up the fees on you, especially in a bull market where you have no choice to pay it. And this kind of gives that backstop to where you have that second option if needed. And we think that this is gonna be big, and we really believe that what Sam is building with the Vertium mines and this Vertium decks, and we're very bullish on it, and it's exciting. It's very, very exciting.
Yeah, and when we saw the interface this morning, it was really, really smooth looking. Very sleek, and then the functionality looked really quick. So we're definitely excited. So just stay tuned. We'll keep updating you about it. And this is going to be another project that's going to be on Merlin that's going to do well, and I think it's going to bring a lot of other projects as well over to Merlin. But yeah, so sit tight, and we will update you as the updates come along. But I do know that like they are pushing right along. So,
yep. All right. Then so the next thing I guess we would jump right into is these guys, right? Freaking, they look amazing, and I feel like this is kind of like the Merlin episode here, but Unicross is a bridge from BRC20, right, to Merlin. Is that correct?
Well, no, in a sense, it's more
Okay.
giving you the capability to like mint stuff from Merlin on Bitcoin layer 1, right? So like ordinal stuff, tokens, stuff like that. You can do it directly from like the Merlin ecosystem, right? So that's what Unicross is. And they launched their ordinal, which looks really cool. Like there's the Merlin, it's like looks like a poker chip kind of. And I imagine they're going to do something similar to what BitSmiley and everybody's doing with where you can stake, and they probably have a BRC20 token that they're going to be, launching soon. So
Yeah, I love this, dude. I love I just love the NFT bridging over to Merlin, staking it to earn the coin. It's like, dude, it's amazing. I don't know. It's just so cool. It's different. It's last couple months we've been really stuck on like BRC20s with no utility and stuff like that, with rats and sats and stuff. Even though sats did have a utility as a gas token for Unisat, but like this is just awesome because it's taking digital artifacts, bridging them over to Merlin, and then letting you stake them and earning probably a BRC20. I can't imagine it's not a BRC20. So it's just one of those things where it's just more. And this is really the start of this bull run, and it's going to get exciting, especially on this little side chain that is really winning the race right now. I don't think any side chain can come in and really keep up at this point.
yeah, I mean, and I know we've been waiting to be able to do a lot of stuff on Merlin, but I feel like the timing is kind of starting to align perfectly for when everything gets unleashed. Right. So let's say like the extreme activity starts to happen in late March, early April, though that's heading right into the halving, right? So it's gonna be very interesting in the next month and a half. I feel like, because there's just like what's gonna happen with these, Merlin really is the sidechain that has all the potential to go nuts, and then runes, like what's gonna happen on Bitcoin native layer and all that stuff. So
yeah, that's one thing I keep forgetting about runes, man. Runes is going to be, it's going to be special. It's going to be different. It's going to be BRC20 all over again, right? It's going to be that entire momentum really unleashed in a different way. So
yep, 100%, man, 100%. So these are pretty cool. I think they started off pretty low, and right now they're at 0.07, which is
yeah. I saw them, dude. I saw them earlier down here, and I didn't freaking grab any. I regretted it.
so they're like,
Oh well,
yeah, they're
it
like
is what it
they're
is.
like yeah they're like around $5,000 right now. So they're doing kind of what the bit discs were doing, and so we'll see what happens with these guys.
But the business district, there's 10,000 of these. There's only 1,000 of these things,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
well, speaking of the bit discs, the bit smiley, there they are. They're actually doing pretty well. So these jumped up. These got all the way down to about 0.04 during the week, and now have jumped up to about 0.06115, which is around that $4,000 mark. And the reason is because of BitSmiley is now live staking. So if you guys go over to bitsmiley.io, it's going to bring you to this screen right here, and you're going to enter, and now you're going to be able to stake your stuff. And you see I have 5 staked right now, and I'm earning some bit jade. I'm earning 453,000 so far, and I staked these around yesterday. The max you can do is 5, so I wasn't able to do all mine in one wallet, so I definitely had to move some to a different wallet. But I am staking these, and I am a holder of this. I'm gonna hold all the Merlin stuff. Like, that's my thing. It's like I'm not good at picking winners, so I'm just gonna hold them all. And from BitSmiley to the mines to the Unicross stuff, I'm gonna eventually get everything, because I don't know who the winner's gonna be, and I want to be in the winner, so I'm just gonna be in them all, and just not crazy. Definitely gonna spread everything, portfolio wise, percentage wise, and stuff like that. So that's just my plan. But the BitSmiley, if people don't know, is well, we think it's kind of like a MakerDAO kind of fork, with the DAI token being the Smiley the governance token. I'm sorry, the DAI token being the stablecoin, and then the Maker token, which they have, will be the Smiley governance token. And we think that you're going to be able to get by doing this, you're going to be able to earn the BitSmiley governance token, which we think is called the BitJade token, but we're not sure yet. So we're gonna have to wait and see. They have a thing called TGE, which is like, or T, what is it? T something? I can't remember what it is, but it's yeah. Anyway, the token generation event, TGE, and that hasn't happened yet. They haven't generated the token yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, live staking is here. The Smiley Express, I love the website. We're gonna have them on the show in a week or so. We've spoken with Cora, who sounds absolutely amazing. She did an interview with Francis as well. When Francis was out in Denver, and yeah. So we're very, very interested, and can't wait to really get into the thick of things.
Yeah, I staked mine as well. I feel like this is a big opportunity, not financial advice, of course, but getting in something early like how MakerDAO was, and they're trying to be the native stablecoin on Bitcoin, and just anything from like the governance token opportunity wise, I feel like is just huge. So this is really cool. I like how they kind of gamified everything with the getting the bit discs and then staking those and generating all these things. So can't wait to see how things play out. And really, all these things, it's weird. It's kind of like you see all these like dApps and stuff kind of starting to like solidify. Like you mess around with Mineral, but it's not open
Yeah.
to the public yet, but it will be soon. Then you got Smiley Express with BitSmiley. Then you got Unicross like testing, and all these things are like dApps that are going to be like the major dApps for Merlin. And it's awesome. It's almost kind of like they're getting prepared. They're doing what they need to do on their part. So it just builds up more momentum, I think, for once things really open up on Merlin.
100%. Like, we're talking a lot about Merlin right now, but Merlin's the only thing that's really going on. We're still waiting for the next our next talking point here, which would be the runestones. Once runestones start and the runes start, then that's going to be the talking point for a while. But right now, we're going to have to be the Merlin boys and really just keep kind of a focus on what is exciting us in the space.
Yeah, I mean, Runestones is definitely like a huge deal. Everybody's waiting on it, and so those are the two topics, really, right? It's like Runestones, Runes, and then Merlin. There was some hype a couple weeks ago with the Ordinals sector, and then that kind of died off. I just can't really explain why it died off so hard, other than people just trying to jump on the Bitcoin's doing well and passing 72,000, 73,000, and stuff like that. But Runestones is definitely going to be, I think, a re-energizer for the space. And hopefully once Merlin opens up, that will be a re-energizer for the BRC20 markets, right? So there's two opportunities here, guys. And so I think people are prepping for both of them.
Yep, 100% agree. So Leonidas basically came out and he said that this is the last time that he's going to be talking about the runes. What did he say? The last time he's going to ask people if he wants to get stoned. Is it the last time? Are we eventually going to see these damn things this week?
I don't know, man, because like he's said similar stuff in the past, like it's
Yeah,
coming. This is it. It's this week. It's this week or whatever. But he's just taking his time, I guess, and making sure it's done right.
yeah, 100%. And I think Leo is the perfect person for this. We talked about this many times before, but he just seems like he really watches the things he says. He does everything really smart, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And I think that this project's going to show everything that he's been about this last coming months. So, but
Yeah.
man.
Yep, man. All right. Do you want to talk? You want to hit on that other topic at the very top, or?
What was that? Oh, Merlin Starter. Yeah, definitely. So if you guys go to, I'm not showing my screen, but I will in a second. Merlinstarter.com. Merlinstarter.com has this thing right here. If you haven't been here yet, they have this airdrop thing, and I've already done this one, and this one is brand new. You need to have either 0.01 Bitcoin in your wallet or 100 Voya, and you potentially can win 40,000. Well, I'm sorry, a share of 40,000 MNER's free airdrop lottery. So that is something that is pretty cool. So I mean, why not try? If you have 100 Voya in your wallet or 0.01 Bitcoin, should definitely try this. This is a very safe website. We were told multiple times by multiple different partners of these guys that it's legit. So be okay. Don't obviously always be safe, but we feel like this is on the safer side right now. So
Yeah. They've announced a lot of partnerships with different dApps and projects that are going to be launching on Merlin, like Mineral. So I personally feel okay with it, but do your own due diligence and research and stuff. But yeah, so it puts you in a lottery. It's not
yeah,
guaranteed, but it puts you in a lottery, and I think they have quite a bit. I think it's like 100,000 of those Merle or tokens or whatever they're giving away. I can't remember exactly the amount,
Mineral,
but
40,000.
okay, 40,000 mineral that
Yeah.
they're giving away. So
Check your wallet. It'll make sure you have what you say you have, and then but there's also a lot of other stuff here too. They have the launch pad. There's nothing on there yet, but that seems to be exciting. And they have their Medium, their Gitbook, their ambassador, their Twitter. So I really like this old school website too. It's really cool, really cool.
yeah,
Ecosystem
yeah,
partners. This is a big one right here. This is Jeffrey or Recursiver. So that really makes me bullish, and the Merlin right here as well. So.
yep, exactly. So take advantage of that, guys, if you want to, but not financial advice. Just do your research on it, and that is that.
Yep.
And I think we can just jump right into the markets now.
Yeah. You want to use you want to switch it up and maybe use OKX this time? Maybe
Yeah,
OKX has different value. I was thinking
yeah.
that because
Let's do
the
that.
Unisat's getting very boring with this Jingo crap.
Yeah,
But
I agree. I agree. Yeah. So we'll start with the BRC20 market. We're gonna go through the top 10. We'll try to go through top 10. Wow, LIGO is number 2. Yeah, you're completely
wow.
right. It's definitely different. SAT X is number 1 with 779,000 in total volume. Market cap is 11.45 million. Yeah, let's use this one from now on. And then you have LIGO at number 2, 440, almost $500,000 in 24-hour volume. The market cap is 16.31 million. Pi comes in number 3 at 352,000 for total volume in 24, and then the market cap is 18.71 million. INSC is 320,000 in 24-hour volume, and then 7.89 million in market cap. Rats comes in at 295,000 total 24-hour volume, and then the market cap is 375.66 million. It's crazy. still rocking it, man. It's still killing it. TMSK is 260.377 thousand 24-hour volume, and the market cap is 226.9 thousand. And then you have AINN, which is one of the Merlin's seal tokens, which is 243.5 thousand in total volume. The market cap is $44.6 million. Then you have RSK coming in at number 8 at 242.5 thousand 24-hour volume, and then market cap is 14.53 million. MMSS coming in at number 9, 156.6 thousand in 24-hour volume, and market cap is 9.5 million. And then number 10 rounds it out at 153,000 in 24-hour volume, and the market cap is $13.12 million there. So that is the BRC20 market update for the week.
And I'll take you guys over to the Magic Eden side of the digital artifacts. And we have the No Monkeys sitting in that number 1 spot, sitting at 0.54, followed by the Bitcoin Puppet sitting at 0.17. Third place is the R6 Meta Protocol. This is what was the first miner, and it's sitting at 0.072. And I say miner because I mean runes miner. And then in that 4th spot, the Quantum Cat sitting at 0.288 with 54 Bitcoin in volume. You can see the big drop off here from 118 to 111 to 6254. So definitely the No Monkeys are supreme when it comes to volume. Jumping on the other side, we got the Nat Cats really getting beat down right now. The Nat Cat community is very strong, but there's just so much dilution right now with the Nat stuff, sitting at 0.044. Ordinal Maxi sitting at 1.09, so 48 Bitcoin in volume. Node Apes, these got beaten down since last week, sitting at 0.0038 at 43 Bitcoin in volume. Apostles of Creed sitting at 0.012. This is from our friend Quarry here. Quarry's a great guy, leader of Magisat. In that 9th spot is Nothing Cubes TCU sitting at 0.0027. Followed by McCann sitting at 0.0078. McCann is like an anime type of art. It's really cool. Bitmap's really down as well, sitting at 0.0033. Kind of waiting for a jolt from the markets. Still very bullish on Bitmaps. And then that 12th spot, we got the Bitcoin Frog sitting at 0.012. It seems like everything is kind of down right now with Bitcoin being down. I'm not worried at all about anything. Really still bullish right now, and just kind of waiting for to see what happens next. But that is your digital artifact market update.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to take you to the BRC 420 market. You can see here the blue cube is still at the top at 0.6 Bitcoin, $42,000. Mineral comes in at 0.024 at 1697. This thing got all the way up to like 2,500 almost. Number 3 is the music box NFT at 0.021, sitting at 1485 for the floor. Dragon Ball comes in after that, $161 or 0.00228. And then Blue Wand comes in right after at 0.0034 and $240.49. And then let's see, Chip Game is right here with their box, 0.002188, or sitting at $154.76. Let's take a look at the titanium Cheeto here. $56.58. So this dropped 0.0008. BRC 420 has been kind of it hasn't been as lively, but some of just pretty much every market right now in Bitcoin is just not like super energetic, right? You can see our Ordinal Revolution pass is at 1,697 or 0.024. And yeah, so that's pretty much the BRC 420 market update for the week.
And what else? Oh, yeah, take you guys over to what is that? Back screen here, right? We'll take a look at your Merlin tokens.
Yep. And guys, this week there isn't a ton going on. We did a live earlier today that covered a lot of stuff, so it's going to be a little bit shorter weekly market update. But things will start to pick back up in terms of what's going on in the space, and we'll have more to discuss.
So we'll check out the leader first, which is Voya. Voya is down 10% on the day, sitting at around we have $5.16, just like everything else. Followed by Who had a blast over the last couple of days, though, really jumping out of this triangle and really taking advantage. Now coming down with a nice little dip, and that's very normal for it. Sitting at a $14 million market cap. It's got all the way up to a $20 million market cap. And still very bullish on Who being the first token ever on the Merlin chain. So that's pretty cool. And then Owl, this is something new. We don't really know too much about it, but it's on a killer right now. And then obviously the Merlin box, and that just kind of doing nothing. I think that's really it. There's not a lot of tokens over here yet. Merlin boy, okay, That's a token now, I guess. Wow, look at that. I don't even know what the hell this is.
No, that can't be right.
I don't think don't play
No.
in these games, guys, but it's still fun to look at.
$107 million market cap? No, I don't think so.
And that's your Merlin tokens. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. I think we'll be back on Saturday morning with our spaces. We have some people lined up. I think we just kind of need to recharge our batteries, right? And every once in a while that needs to happen. So we're just recharge your batteries, get a fresh look on things, and when you come back, and that's kind of where we are. I think you guys that have been watching us loyally for a while know that everything that we try to do comes from a very genuine place. And sometimes it's when things don't necessarily go your way, it's kind of tough, right? But like we wouldn't be here today where we are with the channel if we didn't figure out how to push through things, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I have 110% confidence in my partner, and I'm sure he has the same in me, I hope. And we'll be back on the drawing board and working even harder for you guys, especially for our OG pass holders and our community members. So just know that we're going to work even harder for y'all.
And I think our problem there was, our main focus has always been news and projects and stuff like that. We've always been the guys talking about the projects. And for this very first time, we were the guys in the project. And that's something that we want to do eventually, but we have to stick to what we're best at. And, stick to our strengths, you know what I mean? And we're going to continue to be amazing at giving you guys the news, giving you guys the updates, and bringing you guys all the alpha. We really took a step back from really trying to grind and see what was out there. But I promise you guys, over the next 48 hours, I'm going to start digging in. I'm going to find you guys some of the best projects. And if you're one of our members, you guys are going to reap the benefits of my hard work. So definitely think about, if you're not a YouTube member, definitely think about joining YouTube members, because there's going to be plenty of alpha coming your way for that. And, me and Yagobi are really, really good at kind of finding the next big thing. And we're going to keep finding that for you guys. So definitely tune in to the membership videos, and, we'll see you guys potentially tomorrow. We're thinking about maybe going live tomorrow, but nothing in stone yet. We'll let you guys know. Definitely check out our Twitters. We have the links in the bio below if you guys are not following us there, but for the student updates. But that's the show. Check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles. You guys need the best merch for some of the events that is happening. Check that out as well. And we'll probably see you tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you Saturday morning.
Peace.
See you guys.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.